Here at ADIPEC, I'm joined by the Chief Executive of Petroleum Policy Intelligence, Bill Farren-Price. Now, Bill, thanks so much for joining us. A lot of interest in this conference, and of course the big issues will be the challenges for future energy. What do you think are the big challenges?
I think for all OPEC producers, including the UAE, of which Abu Dhabi is the main component in terms of oil production, the real challenges in the next 10 years are going to be timing the expansion of production capacity to neatly fit with the global recovery, the economic recovery, which of course will mean that demand for oil picks up, not just as it is at the moment in the developing world, in China, India and Brazil, but also of course in the OECD countries where we've seen the trajectory of economic recovery pretty unstable at the moment.
We're also hearing a big push towards the new frontiers, the renewables, the unconventionals. That, of course, is a huge technological challenge. Is the industry ready for it?
I think it's a pure function of economics. I think when we have oil prices at $70 to $80, we are going to see no question that shale gas production is getting cheaper and cheaper. We know that some of the most cheap to produce shale gases are now coming out at around $3.50. So it really is doable, and I think as we see with the Canadian oil sands, they've adopted a manufacturing approach, and they can. There's no geological risk. They know where the oil is, and they know how to get it out cheaply. So I think unconventionals are here to stay, and we should expect to see them grow their share of the overall market. I think the reason why producers like Abu Dhabi are fairly sanguine about that is that they expect demand to rise, and they know that there is enough demand probably over the long term for everybody.
Now, here at the conference, we're looking at a huge international gathering, and indeed it's the biggest oil and gas conference in the Middle East. How important is it that people are here? We see all the internationals are here, and a lot of networking and a lot of work seems to be going on out there.
Yeah, I mean these occasions are a great opportunity for the industry to get together and rub shoulders with the policymakers within the producing countries. Abu Dhabi has a number of major oil and gas expansions underway, and of course will be renewing some of the contracts on its long-term concessions in a few years' time. So there's a lot to play for in the Abu Dhabi space, and of course Abu Dhabi is a regional hub for oil and gas. There's a lot of oil services companies, and all the other companies that make up the industry are here as well, and it's a great time.
We heard yesterday at the CEO Summit where you spoke yourself, talking about the relationship between the IOCs and the NOCs, and with some of these new concessions that are coming to a close here, the oil companies saying they're certainly hopeful that they're going to be moving on and get new contracts and new concessions here. They can't really work in isolation. The IOCs and the NOCs really have to work together. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the days when the IOCs brought capital to cash-starved producers is clearly over. The producing countries and their national oil companies are clearly have strong balance sheets, and they're capable of doing pretty much anything they want to. However, what they are looking for are competencies, especially in the wake of the Macondo incident, that go very deep in terms of safety, and also in terms of cutting-edge technology, so that they can start having a look at some of the more difficult to access tight sour gases, for example, on the gas side, and the more difficult, deeper and heavier oils on the liquid side.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your input. Bill Farren-Price, thank you so much.